Hey, um, I'm Finn, and you're watching my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, Unscripted Science. Oh yeah. Well, for my first video ever, we're going to watch the smash hit movie called Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. You know, this movie came out, I don't know, maybe like early 2000s, sometime around there, 2000 something, when it came out on VOD, and I got it in my DVD, and I put it in my DDD player. That's what I called it, my DDD player. It was a little thing that I could carry around with me, and just put in movies and watch it wherever. Anyway, when I first watched it, this movie scared the bejesus out of me, because I have always been afraid of little things in the water, little ocean animals, swimming up to you, swimming up and saying, like, just grazing your foot and saying, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna eat you now." I guess get ready for that. I'm always been scared of little animals in the water touching me or trying to eat me. So then a movie about the Loch Ness Monster. Even though I've never been to Scotland or Ireland or whatever this is set, I'm pretty sure it's Scotland. I was worried that maybe something like the Loch was going to get me, because my family has a place at the lake house. You know what else, Ryan? You know what else sounds like lake? Loch Ness Monster, the lake monster. Yeah, I was pretty scared. This movie is very scary. Very scary. It's not. I watched it with my friend, and there's a lot of parts in this that I find really funny because of some of the characters do and such like that. So I think it's fun for maybe the first couple of my videos that I want to make. We're going to go through and look at not all. We're going to go through and look at some Scooby-Doo movies, do a Scooby-Doo-a-thon, Scooby-Doo movie marathon. Yay. Because I watched a lot of these when I was a kid, and I had all the DVDs of them, but middle school me wanted money, and I sold them all at a garage sale, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not. Maybe I put them in the basement. I hope I put them in the basement. Who knows? We'll see, I guess, if I go search for them more. But anyway, let's get into the movie, I guess. So the movie starts. It's a steamy, dark night. On the loch. They're partying the night away as Scottish people do, apparently. On a boat, woohoo, and then these two guys jump off the boat to show how cool they are, because guys love jumping off boats. And then the Loch Ness Monster shows up, and it's swimming everywhere, and it knocks the boat over. And when I was a kid, I thought it killed a person. Because there's a person playing a fiddle. There's a person playing the fiddle, and then it shows the fiddle washing up on the sea, and I thought he died. I thought he got killed, because I don't see them again. I don't see that character again. So I'm pretty sure he dies. I'm pretty sure this Loch Ness Monster kills the fiddle player, because everyone knows the Loch Ness Monster hates fiddle players. Obviously, it's literally in the textbooks. But anyway, so the Loch Ness Monster appears and attacks all the people, kills the fiddle player. And then a random guy appears, and he says this: "I beat my pecker to the loch." I'm just kidding. He doesn't say that.
But the Loch Ness Monster he shall fear.
Yada, yada, yada. The one guy who always comes in and, is just, the spooky curse is going to destroy the something. It's going to do something. It's going to destroy everything. You better look out. But instead, it's a Scottish man, because we're in Scotland. Anyway, and then we move on, and the team is driving, the gang is driving the mystery machine. Oh, we love to see it. And they're driving the mystery machine, and then they crash. They crash and die. I'm just kidding. They don't die. Maybe. But if they did, it would be all Fred's fault. Think about that. Fred killed the entire Scooby-Doo gang. Yikes, you're rude, we learn that they are going to visit the Blake Castle because apparently Daphne has a cousin who lives in Ireland, which is the character we meet on the boat with the really short hair and who has the lesbian haircut. But my one question is where is Daphne's accent? If this is her like cousin, I think it might be her second cousin or her cousin or something like that. Where is her accent? And since when did the Blakes come from Scotland? All I remember is that they're like basically like the Kardashian family, but in Scooby-Doo form and with red hair. That's all I realized the Blakes are. But I guess she's Scottish, but she doesn't have an accent apparently. But whatever. Yeah. Then they meet her sister and they go to the Blake Castle. And while we're in there, we meet an author of a book, and she's just sitting in the castle. She's just sitting in the castle, like. I write books. That's basically how we meet this author, and of course, the freaking dork nerd, little geeky Doobie Doobie. Velma she knows who this author is, and she was geeking over it on the way over here. And she's like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're right about the legend of the Loch, and I love you so much. You're so cool. And then they eat dinner, and the one thing that they serve for dinner, they eat dinner, and they serve this disgusting looking thing called haggis, I think is what it's called.
Oh, it's just a boiled sheep stomach, stuffed with diced liver and kidneys.
Hey, Editor Finn, is this real? Show it.
Ew!
Anyway, then a guy comes crashing through the window, as people do. He throws an entire log or tree or whatever through the window, because that's like a game in Ireland or Scotland. Same thing, where they like pick up the tree or pick up a log and and they toss it. He basically does that through this castle window, probably costing whoever made that like a lot of money because it's like a part of a castle. But anyway, he comes in and he's this professor that wants to prove basically everything wrong about the Loch Ness Monster, and he butts heads with the author girl because she believes it's real. He doesn't believe it's real. That's basically all that character is. He doesn't believe it's real. But anyway, he comes. He's also the judge. He's also the judge of the games that are going on at Blake Castle, because that's the whole point of the story, is that there's these Ireland or Scottish games going on and the Loch Ness Monster is scaring people away. So then he's like, yeah, it's not real. I'm here to judge the games. Let's get on with it. The author also looks like Meg from Family Guy. It's like the first thing. It was like the first thing that popped into my head is that it's Meg. That's Meg in like 30 years after she grows up and gets out of the house. But then they go to bed, and then Scooby and Shaggy, of course, wake up in the middle of the night because they're hungry. They're always hungry. Nothing satisfies them. Oh my God. Maybe you shouldn't have eaten the sheep liver, Scooby, or sheep stomach, dude. God. Anyway, then they go to the kitchen, and they got to be somewhere. The kitchen's got to be somewhere. You just unsubscribed, didn't you? Anyway, we get to a scene where this scene is so freaking cool, where they're in the hallway, they're fighting, and then they go outside, and they get locked outside. Then it starts raining, then the Loch Ness Monster appears behind them, and this song that plays is so freaking cool. I think it's called, what's it called? It's called Brothers Forever, I think, and oh my gosh, it is a freaking bop as they run throughout the castle and everything, and it's so fun. I love the chase scenes in Scooby-Doo movies because the music they find are so fitting for the scene, because this is a Scottish song. And then they're running around and what did Scooby just turn into Tails from Sonic? Oh yeah, that's what Tails does. Wow, that's cool. Let's give a round of applause for Scooby, everyone. yeah. All right, and then the Loch Ness Monster disappears, and then Scooby and Shaggy are blamed for destroying the games. No, how could they be blamed for destroying the games? They're just a dog and a skinny dude. But seriously, how do they think that they did this by themselves? I mean, they Scooby and Shaggy are like, oh, it's the Loch Ness Monster, they came. But then the one Scottish dude's like, no, they didn't. And there was no Loch Ness Monster, even though there's giant footsteps proving him wrong. But basically they come to a decision of what they should do with Scooby and Shaggy. Yeah, and I think they shall be lynched. Lynch the dog. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty horrifying to hear that they were going to lynch Scooby, but then they don't. So that's good. And oh my God, Fred, he's got that like Y build. I never realized this because I was always looking at Daphne. He's got that like build of the Y. You know what I'm talking about? Like that Y build, that like the lat pull thing that makes your back basically. Damn. And then it's the next day, and they're going into town to learn more about the Loch Ness Monster. And they find these two Scottish brothers, the ones that jumped off the boat at the beginning of the movie. And their dad is also, like, having them compete in the game and such. And they are, like, messing up. Or not they're messing up. They're holding a balloon of the Loch Ness Monster. And it starts flying away. And once the brother just lets go and lets the other brother almost fly away and like, die. Almost like, "Oi, bye, I'd see you later." I can't do a Scottish accent, I'm sorry. I thought I could, and I can't. And then a guy comes up, a hippie, and it's basically just James Corden as a hippie and who likes the Loch Ness Monster. This character is so useless. He just basically drives up and is like, "Oh man, dude, the Loch Ness Monster's so cool. You gotta go see it. Gotta take pictures of it. Don't forget to do that." And then he gets in his car and drives away. Basically, James Corden, but cooler, 10 times cooler than James Corden, because James Corden sucks butt. After he leaves and tells them that they need to they need to take pictures of the Loch if they see him, but they also need to stay away from him, and he's going to destroy the games because the Loch Ness Monster apparently hates the Scottish games that are going on here. And he drives away, and then you know what time it is. It's time for Mysterious Man Travels by Fog. So yeah, the one guy comes up again and is like, "You need to stay away. The loch is going to get you." Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, everyone who says the word loch in this movie says it like loch. It's the legend of the loch. And like every time I hear it, I feel like this spit is coming onto my ears because of how they say loch. It's like irritating to hear almost. Then the author has her own boat somehow in Ireland or Scotland. I keep forgetting where this is set. And Fred, Daphne, and Velma, and Daphne's sister, I totally forgot her name, all go on the boat and take that out to find evidence and clues about the Loch Ness Monster. And for some reason, Scooby and Shaggy get to drive off on their own in the mystery machine. Why? Who lets a dog and a skinny white man drive by themselves?
Hey, what are you looking at? You looking at him? Yeah, he's rocking these sunglasses better than you ever could.
Then Scooby and Shaggy are driving down the mysterious road, and a spooky hand changes the sign. Ooh. So they just follow the road sign down the spooky way, and the Loch Ness Monster shows up. And it cuts back to the people on the boat, and there is a Loch Ness Monster there too, though, is the thing. And it's swimming and attacking them. They throw a net, and they try to catch the Loch Ness Monster, and it doesn't work, and it starts pulling their boat, and then it just goes away. End of that scene, basically. Then it cuts back to the really interesting and fun one, because it plays another Scottish banging song, and this song is called Brown Dog. Nice. These songs will be added to my playlist later, whenever I have the chance. And I will be listening to them as I drive around, thinking I'm being chased by the Loch Ness Monster, like this scene. They somehow basically drive off a cliff with the mystery machine and go flying in the air Somehow they go flying in the air and they land on the boat that everyone else is on. How does that work? How does that work? But, you know, they land on the boat and Daphne or Velma is like, oh, who gave them their license? And they roll the window down at Scooby and he says, doggy license? That really got a cackle out of me. They take the author's boat back to the dock where they got loaded on, and they're talking about how they need to find what's this Loch Ness Monster, and who's maybe messing with them, and who it could be, possibly.
Those jokers. If goofing off were a Highland Games event, Colin and Angus would be champions for sure.
Are these jokers impractical? Are they jokers that are impractical? Is one of them named Sal? Is one of them named Q? Then a boat drives into a dock. It's the professor again. He drives his giant ass yacht into this dock with a ton of people on it. He could have killed like all of them basically. Luckily he doesn't. Unfortunately he doesn't kill Meg, the author, but you know, it's Meg. And then he puts the anchors down and is like, yo ho, I'm a pirate. I'm gonna go find this lock for myself, basically. And then the Meg comes with a really, really awesome comeback.
Wait.
Ooh, blow it out your bagpipe.
Why, I never...
Oh hey Macintosh, how's it going? Blow it out your bagpipe. Dude, it was a joke. I didn't. I was just kidding. I was really mad at something earlier. I'm sorry. No, it's just that bagpipes killed my grandma. Oh my God! I did not. Oh my God! And then Shaggy even gets one on Ian too. I forgot the guy's name's Ian. But just the old grandpa professor Ian.
Like with Sir Ian around, who needs a monster?
Damn! Oh my God! That was crazy! Shaggy, you are a real legend. Then they basically get on the boat with Ian because he has more technology than the author does, and they go back out on sea. And then they go into a submarine and go down into the depths. And Fred says an amazing, amazing line.
Good job, and it'll be da bomb diggity.
Oh yeah, Fred. It is da bomb diggity. You know, hopefully while they're going down into this depths, they don't have a controller, a video game controller, using to control the submarine. That'd be really dumb. Then they find a cave and they get out and explore a little bit, walk around, look at here or there, and then you'll never believe what they find. A screwdriver. That changes everything. Obviously it does, because now that I'm thinking of it, that is kind of a big hint that someone just built this entire thing. When I watched the movie, I was like, what's the point of that? Then, you guessed it, the Loch Ness Monster shows up. And they all leave Scooby and Shaggy, and they run away from them, basically. And they almost start leaving them until a point where they almost get crushed or killed by the Loch Ness, but they jump like right in the last second into the metal submarine that they totally would have hit their head and like got a concussion because they they dove down into that thing. The Loch Ness Monster starts chasing after them, swimming up and trying to get after them, and then begins another chase scene. But this time, there's no Scottish music. There's no Scotland guy screaming in my ear about like, I think that's honestly what the song they should have put there. Like, the Loch Ness is chasing us, we better look out. I think that was British though, but doesn't matter. British, Scottish, both end with ish. Then they get up out of the water because they're trying to get out and they try taking a picture, but the camera falls off. And they get up out, and then the submarine catches them.
Great catch, McIntyre.
Great catch, McIntyre? McIntyre? I want that name. That name sounds cool as hell. Imagine you walk into a room and someone announces you, hey, it's a McIntyre. Maybe I should be Scottish. I am actually 8% Irish. So maybe my name could be McIntyre. I love you, McIntyre. You're everything to me. Then they get back on shore and they find their mystery machine and they go and drive it away. But before they do it, they find the one James Gordon hippie dude is sleeping in the back because his van got stolen. Someone stole his Loch Ness van and is driving it around all over the place. And so they take him in with them and they start driving around trying to find more clues and talking about who the suspects are. And then the Loch Ness Monster shows up again. But this time, the chase scene has Scottish music. Oh my God. I love the Scottish music. This one is called Come and Get It. Another one right to the playlist. Adding it to the playlist sounded so good.
Technically, Freddy, the monster wouldn't be a lizard. Lizards are ectothermic, whereas this monster is clearly amphibious.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up, Velma. We get it. You're a nerd. We get it. You're a nerd. We get it. Then the Loch Ness Monster drives into a mud thingy-madoob, and then they figure out that it is the hippie dude's van, and someone's just trying to frame him this entire time. So, the monster's still out there. Then they come up with a plan to catch the Loch Ness Monster, and the two girls and Ian stay on Ian's big yacht, and Fred and the other dude basically put out a little catch thing to catch the loch, while Velma is in the castle watching over all of them with walkie-talkies, and then Scooby and Shaggy are, you guessed it, the bait. The bait. They're on the boat. They're paddling away, and then the Loch Ness Monster appears under them. And somehow they don't notice because it's Scooby and Shaggy, and they have a brain cell of like nothing basically. But then the most heartbreaking thing happens in this entire movie, and McIntyre double crosses them and stabs them in the back. No, McIntyre. McIntyre, how could you do this to me? Oh, God, no. McIntyre, you were my everything. He double crosses them, and he wants to catch the beast for himself, apparently. So he comes up with a plan to catch the beast, and he's gonna shoot it with a harpoon gun or something like that. Which, honestly, I don't know why the gang didn't think of this either. They could have just lured it up and just shot it with a harpoon gun. But, they're not as smart as McIntyre, obviously. Then a big old boat comes in. Honk, honk. Obviously, McIntyre messes up the entire plan and starts dragging Fred and the cool dude across the lake. And somehow he's able to jump across into the mystery machine. And because Fred's freaking awesome like that, because he's the legend, he's a blonde golden boy, he's so cool. And then Ian basically just gets thrown off the boat.
Oh, Elaine, I can't swim.
Shh, let the survival of the fittest take its course, do its job. Come on, Ian, just go under, go quietly, go. Shh. Then they catch the beast somehow and it crashes, and they figure out that it's the two boys from the beginning. And they're helping the author, who is controlling the swimming one while the boys controlled the one on the land. And then we learn why, and it's because that this girl just wanted to prove to Ian that the beast is real, basically. So she destroyed all the games and destroyed everything, because the boys helped her because they didn't want to be a part of the games, because they wanted to be the one winners. They were worried they were going to lose or something like that, or they didn't want to do it. I honestly kind of forgot their motivation. I thought they were cool because they had Scottish accents and they jumped off the boat at the beginning.
I should have prayed harder for daughters.
So then we learned that she was able to control this entire thing from pedaling and moving stuff around. This is what she looks like. Side by side comparison. You're welcome. She must be fit, right? There's no way she was moving that thing all over the lock, coming up and down and moving without her being like absolutely shredded, like in the shoulders, and her legs pumping. Like, she must be jacked under all that mega clothing. Then the games happen. Yay, everyone's so happy the games is happening. And then there's oh my god, whoa. Oh, that's a fun little dance. That looks like a fun dance. Let's try it. And we watch some of the games going on. Oh my god, he's so happy. He was so happy to throw that. I mean, that's like a genuine reaction of being able to throw that. Like, that would be my reaction if I got to throw something like that, which I could never do because that's kind of crazy that people just throw trees. Yeah, that would be my reaction. Yay! Yay, I did it! Oh yeah, then we figure out the author's just not in jail. She's like exploring the lock still with Ian and the other hippie James Corden. Why is she not in jail? She destroyed like a ton of stuff and property and scared like maybe how many people off? I know scaring people is not illegal, but still, she like did a lot of probably illegal stuff, right? I mean, she had a submarine going around all over the place, and basically a submarine as that Loch Ness Monster, but what do I know? She's just researching, I guess, with Ian, and then we get to the ending, and they figure out that, the monster was real the whole time, because the picture that the camera that fell off the submarine, of the gang submarine earlier, took a picture of it somehow while it was swimming, I guess, and yeah, it's apparently real. But, one thing that really bothered me about how this movie ended is we don't know what happened to McIntyre. What happened to McIntyre? He's my boy. I know he double-crossed them, but he had a good plan. He was going to catch the beast and sell it and make a ton of money, which is honestly, who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't do that? I mean, it's the Loch Ness Monster. You get to sell it to like researchers and such and make so much money. Where is McIntyre? I want McIntyre back in a sequel. Warner Brothers, 25 years later, but come on, just make a sequel to the Loch Ness Monster with McIntyre. Anywho, that's the end of the movie. And yeah, that's Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Loch. Look, there they are. They're sitting behind me the whole time. I bet you didn't even notice that. But yeah, that's the end of the movie. This movie was pretty fun to watch. I liked it. I laughed at a lot of little things that happened. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first YouTube video. I hope I make more of these. This is pretty fun to film, and I hope that you enjoyed it and are not currently unsubscribing and disliking the video. Don't do that. Please don't do that. If you subscribe and like the video, I don't know. I'll do nothing because I can't do anything right now. You're currently a phone on a tripod that I'm filming on. So if you subscribe, you'll get more amazing videos. Hopefully, because I don't know how long this is going to take me to edit this. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you when I see you.
Scooby-Dooby